Hi, welcome to my channel. We're going to create two cards using the new Silhouette Trees on a Hill from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. Let's get started. First, I'll show you the card that I created, ink blending my own background. I'm using Catherine Pooler Inks Hammermill Premium Color Copy Paper 100 pound and Foam Dome Ink Daubers or Blenders from Ranger. The colors of inks that I've selected are Limoncello, Catching Rays, and Pucker Up. Now, to do a good job with your ink blending, you should have juicy pads. Your ink pads should be juicy. You also want to have the smoothest paper that you have, which for me is my Hammermill Premium Color Copy cardstock, and these foam dome blending tools instead of a blender brush. A blender brush, you'll often see the bristle marks, but with the foam dome blending tools, it's much smoother. So what you want to do is go ahead and start with your first color, and I'm going to start with Limoncello. And I'm going to start by ink blending from the top to the bottom. I'll start with my lightest color and then go to my medium color and then my darkest color at the bottom. I am going to speed this up for the sake of time. And I basically went about a third of the way down with the limoncello. Then in the middle, I did the orange, which is the catching rays, and then the bottom, the pucker up. And then I go back in and I blend things. So I take my tools and I just continue blending, trying to basically so that the line isn't so harsh. I mean, you're going to have a transition. It's an ombre look, but that transition is made much smoother with the blending back and forth. So, like I said, you have to work it a little bit. Don't be afraid to take your pink dome foam blender and blend it a little bit into where the orange is, or blend the orange one a little bit into where the pink is. Same thing with your yellow and your orange. Now I'm taking the stamp, and this is called Silhouette Trees on a Hill, and I use the Cloud 9 ink. Now that Cloud 9 ink is a little bit new to me. I haven't been using it very long, but so far I really like it. I like it, and I'm going to have to get a refill. I like it because it does really nice job with saturation, and I also like it because I can watercolor with it. So it's very nice to have that versatility. You could also use StazOn ink or archival ink. There's also VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink and then VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Any of those would work when you're doing your silhouette stamping. Because I'm using a stamping platform, I can re-ink the stamp multiple times and press it multiple times until I get the saturation that I'm happy with. This looks pretty good to me. I think I'm happy with this. This stamp set comes with the sentiment, and unfortunately, I lost the footage of me stamping the sentiment, but the sentiment says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." And then I also had an eagle die cut from the Eagles and Foliage stamp set and die set that you can buy to go with that stamp set. It's the smallest eagle, and I just colored it in with watercolor markers. I used a black cardstock for the matte layer before putting this on my card base. So that's card number 1. Let's move on to card number 2. This is what the stamp set looks like in its packaging. Again, Silhouette Trees on a Hill. It's got the silhouette trees and the sentiment. I apologize that my image is a little bit blurry. I accidentally bumped something on my camera and changed the setting inadvertently. Did not mean to do that. But I think it's clear enough that you'll be able to understand how I designed this next card. So Blue Knight Rubber Stamps has a variety of designer paper This designer paper is called Northern Lights, and it has 5 different designs plus a bonus design on the back of each panel. And you get 5 cards each of 5 designs plus the bonus image that is printed on the back of each panel. So they're printed on the front and the back. The front has one of these designs and the back looks like this. And the back looks the same on all of them. For today, I'm going to use the paper that has the pink or the magenta colored Northern Lights. But first, I'd like to put a moon in the top of my card, in the top right-hand corner of my card. So I'm going to use the Blue Night Rubber Stamps Sun and Moon Stencil and Stamp Through set. And mine has been very well loved. And I use these frequently when I'm creating a sun or a moon, whether it be with inks or pan pastels. So I've got the thicker one. This one is the stencil. And you can see that the large moon is already punched out. It has 3 different size circles. This is the largest one. So I'm just going to use a little bit of washi tape just to hold that down so it doesn't move while I'm applying my ink. And I am going to use a silver ink. And my silver ink is just generic from Michael's, bought a long time ago, still is juicy. And I have other silver inks that are more expensive, but this one seems to work the best for me. Now, the papers are heavy-duty cardstock, and they are matte. They are not coated in any way. So they do a great job of taking the ink, and same when you stamp your image. It does a really nice job. So I've got my foam dome blending tool again, and I'm just going to go ahead and go around and fill in this circle with silver to make it look like there's a really big moon in the sky. After I reveal it, you'll see that the silver ink is a little bit transparent. You can almost see the northern light shining through the moon, and we don't want that. So I decided to pull in some white pigment ink, and I'm using Hero Hue's Unicorn White ink. And while I don't have a foam dome blending top for blending this white ink, I'm just going to use my brush. I've already have a layer of ink down. I'm just going to go right over top, just so that that moon is more solid and less transparent. We also want it to be shining brightly like the moon on a full moon night. Because I already have a base layer of silver ink down, this white ink goes on real smooth with my blender brush. And I take the stencil up and then I look at it and I think still is not quite saturated enough for what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and line this back up again, grab my white brush, and I just need to add just one last layer on top. Now I'm happy with how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and put my paper down inside my stamping platform, put my stamp in the right position, and then ink this up a couple times, stamp it a couple times till I have that saturation that I'm looking for. Now my final step, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. So I'm going to grab a piece of acetate and line that on top of my panel. I'm going to make sure that where I do end up stamping, that the words are straight Using the acetate allows me to practice to make sure that I have everything lined up the way I'd like it. Once I am happy with that lining up, I take the acetate, move it away, grab that Cloud9 ink and press. Now pressing with words, you don't have to press too hard, just a gentle press, because otherwise it could distort the finished image. I finished this by putting a piece of black cardstock behind the panel to give it a matte layer, and then I put it on my A2 white card base. And here's a photo then of this card finished. Here's a photo of both cards together side by side. Leave me a comment below in the description box letting me know which one is your favorite. Thanks so much for watching and have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.